Salve pessoal, o Zone aqui, sejam todos bem-vindos à nossa humilde live. Vamos dar continuidade à parte 3 de Starfield, rapaziada. Cara, nunca tive tão impressionado com um jogo desse jeito. Tirando o Fallout 4, quando foi o lançamento dele, cara, que eu tava aguardando. Ó, tem um solzinho aqui do meu lado, aqui, maluco. Oxi, tá louco, é? Tá louco, é? Bora aqui, mano. Bora abrir o game. E agora, rapaziada, eu tô lembrando onde que fica o menininho lá da caça aos ovos. Deve ser alguma atividade escolar, não é possível. Deve ter algum prêmio lá. Caça aos ovos. Será que tá com o momento de Páscoa? Olha, tu fica quieta aí, hein? Não meter a louca, não. E- Aí, ó. Agora foi. Abriu já. Pô, cara. Poxa, fica horrível, cara. Mano, é. Eu tenho que botar o. Isso. Show. Salve, Gabriel Games, tudo beleza, meu parceiro? Seja muito bem-vindo, cara. Bora entrar no game aqui, mano. Ó, velho, que load. Cara, nível 4, mano. Vamos continuar fazendo as missões secundárias, cara. Já já nós tá no nível 10. Pegar um cafezão aqui. Fala aí, meu parceiro. Curte jogo de RPG, mano? Elementos de RPG. Ação, aventura, exploração. Upgrade, essas coisas, cara. Se eu não me engano, o garoto ele tá lá na estação comercial, mano. Vamos lá antes da gente entrar no. Antes da gente entrar no. Que mesmo? É, na biblioteca. Que daí dá continuidade à história principal. É ali, ó. Ali é o que mesmo? Ali é a estação. O que foi, tio? Mano, eu vou aproveitar que eu tô lá na verdade, eu não em dois lugares antes. Eu vou contratar um maluco lá. É Espaço Porto. Depois eu vou lá na estação comercial. Aí eu quero ver o negócio do garoto. Depois a gente dá continuidade à história. Vamos fazer uma coisa de cada vez. É aquela cafeteria fica na onde mesmo? Espaço Porto é aqui. Cafeteria ali, ó. Da tia lá. É a adega da tia, né? Cafeteria. Cafeteria é aquela ali, ó. É a adega. Ali, ó. Devil Port.
Yes, what?
Mano, tá cheio de maluco aqui.
If you're hiring, I could really use the work.
Ah, todos os malucos aqui é pra trabalhar.
Hey, if you're looking for a weapon specialist, I could really use the work to pay off some debts.
Interesse.
I'm not asking for that much. Just my fair share.
Caraca, 12 mil, maluco. Tu que tá querendo me lascar, é?
Guess I'll try someone else.
Mano, 12 mil crédito, mano. Deixa eu ver aqui que você
Do you have
é.
room for one more on your crew?
Tripulação, quanto vai custar?
Trust me, you'd be getting a bargain.
Certificação de pistola. Nossa,
Okay,
maluco.
hello.
Cadê o outro maluco? Fica aqui, né? Foi pra algum lugar aqui. Maluco, 12 mil, cara. Eu não consigo pagar seu salário, não.
I'm looking for work. You hiring?
Engenharia de espaçonave. Quanto
I
vai
think you'll
custar?
agree my rate is fair.
6 mil.
What's
Fechado.
my assignment?
Designe. Ok. Confirmar. Confirmado.
Heading there now.
Mano, essa voz do cara tá estranha, não tá? Vambora. Cara, na boa, acho que... vou assim mesmo. Vambora. Comercial aqui, ó. Será que a minha voz tá saindo de boa, hein? Tá suave. What? O que aconteceu aí? Olha, batemos, mano. Que legal. Nova meta de seguidores, cara. Que legal, mano. Vamos começar uma meta nova. Conseguimos bater a meta atual. É só crescendo, cara. Se Deus quiser, não vai. Mas vai pra cima, mano. Beleza. O garoto, ele ficava subindo uma ponte. Essa ponte aqui, ó. Isso. Ó, caraca, todo mundo usa esse boné, hein? O garoto, ele ficava aqui em cima. Cadê o garoto agora? Ali, ó. Não. Cadê o garoto? Puxa, a tia tá sentada no... não, ela tá em pé, cara. Jurei que ela tava sentada. Pô, mano, o garoto ficava aqui, cara. O garoto não tá aqui não, mano. Vamos pra missão. Ele fica ali, mas ele não tá ali nesse momento. Vamos embora pra missão então. Caraca, mano, que bagulho é esse aqui? É doido, né? pular aqui. Caramba, mano, vai cair lá embaixo. Eu não tenho nem mochila ainda. Tá lá, ó. Então era lá naquela ponte, mas ele não tá lá nesse momento. Ó, tem uma criança aqui, mas não é essa criança. Vamos para as missões. Pô, mano, essas missões tão longe, hein, cara. Na boa. Tá do outro lado. Ó o robô ali, ó o Vasco. Não. Poder. Segurança. Só que a gente precisa de grana pra pagar o... Agora eu contratei um tripulante. Eu preciso de grana agora, mano.
Ah, well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? I hadn't expected to run into you again.
Fala que a gente vai se ver de novo. Parece que você ainda tá dando duro.
Indeed I am. The success of my previous venture, with which you so kindly assisted, has been brought to the attention of Mast. There is growing concern. Oh my. A bit of an unintentional pun, isn't that? Well, concern that things are going to get worse. The data we gathered points to a definitive trend. The vibrations coming from this tree are increasing in strength and frequency. Because we've never seen this before, not on this scale, we have absolutely no idea what the upper limit is. We don't know when or even if this will stop. It's imperceptible by normal human standards now, but given time. While I hesitate to speculate on the possibilities, well, none of them are good. I am attempting to formulate one, yes. But until I have all of the relevant information, it is impossible to do so. There is data regarding other, younger members of the species. Unfortunately, there are some, shall we say, personal issues with acquiring it. Personnel issues, if you understand me.
Uau. Tá. Deixa eu adivinhar.
What? No, that is ridiculous. I am a professional. One of the other researchers in MAST, Emilio Hadek, has research I believe could be vital to my work here. He and I don't see eye to eye, and so far he's refused to turn it over to me. I'm hoping that if someone else were to ask, he might be more inclined to relinquish it. What do you say?
Bora lá.
Oh, thank you. Last I knew, he was on a field assignment somewhere near the outskirts of the city. Perhaps it's best if you don't mention my name in the process.
Fale com envie. Deixa eu ver aqui. Apuros. Fale com envies. Acho que não é aqui não, cara. Deixa eu ver.
Service with a smile.
Tem duas missões. A da biblioteca. Vamos ver essa daqui, ó.
Could you stand a little to the left? I think you're blocking my readings. Trees? I see what's going on here. You're working with Kelton, aren't you? Nice try, but it's not happening. No. No way. Kelton is actively ruining my career. There's no chance that I'm helping him with anything. Whatever this thing is he's on about, he's just doing it to make himself look good with the higher-ups. I'm not helping him with that. Yeah, that's all very touching. But cathartic or not, my career would still be in flames. He really won't let this go, will he? Maybe I can make this work in my favor. Okay, you know what? I'll hand over the data. But I'm only going to do so after you've helped me secure a better position in MAST.
Tá bom.
Wait, really? Wow. Okay. Okay. I've gotten a few bad performance evaluations in the last couple of years. Totally unjustified, incredibly unfair. I found a backdoor into the MAST network so I could make some changes to my personnel file. But it turns out the chief engineer knows what she's doing. The only way to get access is from the terminal in her apartment, which is kind of locked. Okay, let's not get too excited. It should be really simple. Just get in, access her terminal, delete the files, and get out. Really simple. Oh, don't worry about it. It's just, pretty much everything in my personnel file. Most of it is fine, of course. I'm good at what I do.
Okay.
I just received a few very unfair reviews recently, and I figure, why not start over completely? I get a chance to keep doing the exemplary job I've been doing. It's not my fault people here are out to get me. Between you and me, as little as possible. I'm just kidding, of course.
Bom,
I
beleza.
worked
Vamos
really
nessa.
hard at my job. Studied in computational bioscience, did some time in agrogenetics. These days, I just help out wherever I can. Waiting for a good opportunity. Maybe an opening in administration. You know how it goes.
Tá bom, tio. Vambora. Tá. Tem essa daqui da biblioteca. Depois eu venho na biblioteca. Bora fazer essas outras missões ali, ó. Espero que esse maluco não esteja me enrolando, cara. Porque eu não tô afim de fazer coisa errada não, mano. Quer dizer, eu já tô fazendo coisa errada indo nesse terminal apagar a ficha técnica de funcionário dele. Não encontrar ninguém, cara. Ali mesmo. É, ele é um completo idiota. O maluco é um idiota mesmo, cara. Todos assim não chega a lugar nenhum, mano. Preciso pegar só aquela pesquisa e dane-se ele. Parece é preguiça. Ela tá lá em cima.
Hey there.
Vamos ver. Zé Ruela tá aí, ó.
Mind your step. Important research happening here. You have some good news for me? They sure are. I took a peek on the network. Saw that things have updated. Great job. You came through for me, so now I'll do the same for you. This slate has all the data Kelton needs. Hand it over to him, stuff it down his throat. It's all the same to me.
É um Zé Ruela do caramba. Tá. Vamos fazer aqui, daí eu vou avançar na história. Próximas missões é fora desse planeta aqui. Só 2.
I tried to tell my colleagues that botany was important. I tried to warn them. I hope you have the data. It's really quite crucial. You're absolutely right. I don't want to know. I'm sorry if this was complicated. I'd prefer to remain unaware of the details in the event that it comes up later, particularly in a legal setting. And I suppose I'd better verify the data to make sure Emilio didn't double-cross me. But you have once again come through for me. I'm truly hoping that this is the last piece I need to figure out what we can do. And I
Beleza, cara.
appreciate
Pega essas coisas aí, mano.
Thank you for your assistance.
Valeu.
I couldn't have gotten this slate without your help. Thank you.
Ah, mais tarde, cara. Mais tarde eu falo com você, Kelton. Agora eu quero ir lá na biblioteca.
I've met so many interesting people working at the distribution.
Ali a biblioteca, mano. É um Zé Ruela do caramba esse maluco aí. Pagar a ficha dele pra ele poder ensinar bem mais pra frente. Vamos lá. A gente vai pra lá.
We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to
Ô
tell
tia,
us what
você é
happened to
bonitinha,
our friend?
rapaz.
Why you're here and he isn't?
Teve um ataque pirata, artefato.
I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
Intensas e música.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
É, ele falou que teve também a mesma experiência que eu tive na hora que eu toquei no artefato.
Whether it happened or not wasn't in
Beleza,
doubt.
e agora?
But honestly, Country,
É.
Expect us to believe in fairy tales.
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
Gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could
Coloca
place it on
mano.
the
Tá
table
tendo um
here.
bagulho cabuloso aqui,
That's
mano.
it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Vi boas, gamer, mano. Boa noite,
Oh my
cara.
God,
Seja
that's it.
bem-vindo.
They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together.
É isso aí, tia. Faz
That
magia.
energy that's arcing between
Solta
them,
a
no
magia, né?
manufactured material in the subtle
Esse
systems
negócio
can
aí.
do that. None of them. This proves that.
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's
É, a
not
tia é
the only
maluca.
one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled system.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Godfrey?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers,
Tudo beleza
it
com
wouldn't be
você, ô
exciting.
parceiro?
Now, would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but
Cara, que
what are we going
maneiro,
to do
mano.
about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
Tá bom, eu topo. Me explica o que fazer. Só se você me der uma
You
nave,
should take some time to
a
get
nave
settled
mais
in.
top da
Introduce
constelação aí.
yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together.
Ah, eu
Get
vou com
your
você.
feet wet.
Pode ter certeza.
And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some
Opa, aí
boost
sim, cara. Mochila de
capability?
propulsão.
You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
É, o dinheiro eu vou precisar porque eu tenho que pagar funcionário agora aqui. Level 5? Level... Ah, level 5,
I am
cara.
at your service, Captain.
Fala, Vasco. Level 5. É? Level 5, mano. Ah, vou pegar essas partes de corpo aqui, ó. Mochila propulsora já tem ali, ó. Ah, eu tenho que equipar a mochila, né, mano? Queria a persuasão aí, ó. Pra quem gastar os pontos. Eu vou pegar essa parte de combate. Vai ficar mais bacana. Falta mais 3. Deixa eu ver aqui no inventário. Mochila. Propulsão. Ó. Ah, mano. Ó, o bagulho tá ficando sinistro. Tô. Olha, dá pra voar mesmo? Ó.
We've always considered ourselves explorers.
Dá pra voar,
This
cara.
really is uncharted territory, isn't it?
Vou conversar com a Noel.
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noel. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
Por nada, tia.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter is quite proud of the
I trust
collection,
you're still
but
satisfied
Mateo
with
has
your
made
choice to
more
join
than a few
Constellation,
contributions.
Noel.
Gardens
I'm
are
glad
out
to
the
hear
doors
it.
there.
You could
if
have
you need a
done just
moment of
about
quiet
anything.
contemplation.
So it's
Emphasis on
important
the
to me
quiet
that
part.
you feel valued
At least
here.
usually.
Que porra
Let's
é
head
essa,
upstairs.
tia? Uma tá
Sebastian
conversando com a
Banks,
outra, a outra tá
Constellation's
conversando
founder, had this
comigo.
place built decades ago.
Sei lá.
It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
Ah, cara, pode deixar. Vai ser do meu agrado mesmo. Vamos lá, tia. Eu preciso de um lugar pra repousar, mano. E também um inventário, cara. Na boa. Tururu, taratara, tutu. Vamos lá, tia. Ó, tem até um barzinho aqui, maluco. Diga.
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself. Within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already. But there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full.
O bagulho aqui é completo. Vamos lá, Noel. Noel. Os quadros maneiros, cara. Ó.
Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy!
Valeu, tia. Tamo junto. Olha, tem coisa aqui mesmo, cara. Ah, tem um depósito. Estojo de... Depósito, maluco. Deixa eu ir lá. Uhul! Voa, voa.
Yes?
Cadê a Sarah? E aí, Sarinha?
When's the last time you went up to see me?
So, are you ready to get to work?
Claro,
Or was there something
vambora.
else?
Pode falar onde que nós vai lá.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock.
Pode ver
That
aí,
means people
Sarinha.
can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually. But a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
Tô sentindo a empolgação, minha primeira missão.
Felt the same way when I started too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more
Tá bom.
about us.
Vambora.
I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry. We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
Ciência.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
Bora lá, tia. Converse com o contato
I
da
am at your
Sarah.
service, Captain.
Falou, Vasco. Vamos ver, a Sarah vai vir comigo.
We need to talk to John Tuala in Mast. Ask whatever you'd like. My parents considered themselves to be enlightened, but their lives were so busy they rarely pursued their beliefs. By the time I was old enough to start questioning these things, the idea of following any organized religion was almost an afterthought. It's not that I don't want to believe in anything, it's that my scientific mind is often at odds with my spiritual center, having been out there, in the Starfield, seeing all those magnificent wonders with my own eyes. I need answers, not religious theory. I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but don't worry. While we're on this journey together, I fully intend to respect your religious beliefs.
Isso aí, tia.
You mean, apart from being the chair of Constellation for the past 5 years? Well, let's see. I pride myself with my aptitude for astrodynamics, calculating optimal trajectories for grav jumping. That's been quite useful in the past. And as far as planetary exploration, my area of expertise is botany. So, don't worry. I won't let you eat anything that might put you in the hospital. Exploration is my entire life. I consider it both a career and recreation. That being said, I will make a confession, but you have to promise to keep it between us. Before I graduated from school, I was in a band. And no, I don't mean the school band. I mean a rock band. We called ourselves Ironic Comet. A ridiculous name, I know. But we were just a bunch of teenagers getting together and having fun. And before you ask, no, I wasn't the lead singer. I actually played the drums. The band never really went anywhere, of course, but those were good times, and I remember them fondly. I'll be here.
Vambora.
Talk to you later.
Maneiro saber disso daí.
Thank you again. I need some time to verify this data. To make sure Emilio... The data on this slate could very well be...
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
Lá em cima. Vambora. Ô, mano, esse bagulho não sobe não, cara. Vamos lá.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship? All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. Sol system has a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready.
Acompanhando aqui o áudio do
UC is a
jogo.
good friend to have.
Beleza, cara. Então vamos lá nesse lugar que você tá falando. E é pra... Ué.
Hey, Sarah's friend. You come to enlist at long last? Start earning your stripes with the Vanguard? Well, all right. Take the elevator down to the Vanguard Orientation Hall. You can get started at any of the registration terminals. The system will walk you through the rest. And if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Valeu, tio. Tá. O bom é que a Sarah vazou fora lá pra baixo. Que é melhor pra mim. Cara, mano, tem um...
Yes? You needed something?
Deixa eu ver aqui. Pesquisa. Sala de orientação da vanguarda, tá aqui. Acho que é isso.
Registration accepted. You may now proceed through the historical displays in the orientation hall, or continue on to the examination.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
The effort and planning it must have taken to evacuate literally the... Can you imagine? The logistics alone must have been mind-boggling. Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic. Okay.
Olha, mano, a Terra, cara. Ó o Brasilis. África. Cara. Tem tudo aqui, mano.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more. Independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Maroon, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
The result of the Centaurus proclamation has always led to so much. Conflict arose as a result. Was it worth it?
Beginning in 2240, House Maroon forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. For the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Maroon in the name of their Serpent God. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir, Jarek, that House Maroon finally sued for peace. There remained, however, select members of House Maroon who refused to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Maroon's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space.
Beleza. Nossa, mano, olha o robô lá, ó. Caraca.
Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Nerion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs, even bioengineered alien creatures, the infamous UC xeno-weapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped, the Freestar Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Freestar Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
The colony war was a horrible conflict that irreparably wounded the settled systems. There were times I felt that it would never end.
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Freestar planet of Nera. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nera remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
Olha os robôs, mano.
One of my slates said terramorphs can control people's minds.
I bring her here.
In the midst of the colony war, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies' war effort, Londinian found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day. After the devastation wrought by the colony war, the UC and the Freestar Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the colony war to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
I was a strong supporter of the Armistice. All of the terrible weapons that both sides used against one another. It had to end.
Caraca, tia. Acabou esse negócio? Acabou nada, bicho.
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member. Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be.
Guarda. Não, embora daqui. Olha aí os trajes, cara.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be concise. No, it's fine. Go ahead. Bye-bye. Bye.
A ponte, sai da frente. Vambora. Caraca, ó as naves aí, mano.
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber. Please enter the designated simulation pod to initiate.
I've spent a fair bit of time in simulators just like these. They're startlingly realistic. Have fun.
Simuladores?
This is the Mark 18 flight simulation chamber, applicant. Currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair. Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
Deu maluco. Deu filha da mãe, cara. Cadê o próximo alvo?
New targets active.
You must be able to do better than that.
Cadê, mano? Cadê? Caria, mano. Caria. Velho. Nossa, mano, não vou conseguir não. Ah, velho.
You may initiate a reset of your current tier at the terminal inside the cockpit, or step outside and take a break.
Ah, mano. Falta mais um nível. Bora lá tentar de novo. Pois é. Vamos ver aqui. Poxa, tô atirando no maluco aí, o maluco não tá. Ué? Como assim, cara? Beleza. Ah, tá, tem que reiniciar aqui primeiro para poder fazer aqui o negócio. Vamos lá para ver.
spaceship reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
New targets active.
Porcaria, mano. Ai, porcaria, mano. Tomando uma quantidade absurda de dano aqui, cara. Nossa. Ô, mano, vai porcaria. Não tô conseguindo achar os malucos. Nossa. Vamos lá, cadê os caras? Nossa, mano, eu não tô pra bagulho de nave, cara. Bora, nave. Tá tudo danificado, cara. Nossa. Vou morrer, olha lá, não consigo achar os caras, mano. Como assim, pô? Ah, vá tomar banho. Eu vou sair desse bagulho aqui. Ah, sai fora, simulador Zé Ruela. É obrigatório esse negócio. Nave pesada, maluco. Vambora, Sarah, vambora. Ah, mano, vá tomar banho. Vai embora. Onde que eu vou embora aqui? Vai embora, rapaz. Será que não dá pra ir embora, dá? Dá pra ir embora sim. Ah, pior que a missão é aqui mesmo, mano. Ah, cara, depois eu faço esse negócio aí. Negócio de simulador aí. Já liberei mais um pedaço. Vamos fazer mais umas missões aí. Ah, era level 5, falta 2 level aí pra conseguir as habilidades de arma. Tem missão ali em cima, cara.
Again, don't tell me how you got this slate from Emilio. I don't want to know.
The data breach and reassured its customers that their accounts have not been compromised and their credits are safe.
Ah, vambora, cara. É uma missão aqui, a outra lá é do simulador, cara. Passa o porto. Vou pegar a nave espacial lá.
Wonder where this will all lead. I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the gnat.
Vambora, tio.
Oh, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security officer. Yep. Something just came in. Scuffle over at the Dawn's Roost. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps. Good. Report back here when the matter's resolved. A restaurant over in the residential district caters to a very fancy clientele.
Ah, residencial.
It's the
Mano.
kind of place where forks come in different sizes, depending on the food. It's a lot of work, as always. People like to say, New Atlantis is the safest city in the settled systems. How hard could your job be? Well, safety doesn't happen by accident.
Mesmo, cara.
It takes a lot of work and a lot
Eu
of
tô prestando atenção, maluco. É que eu deveria saber sobre o caso.
According to the patron, the ring is valuable, but if I had to guess, not for sentimental reasons.
Não, é porque ele é caro mesmo.
When someone loses a valuable keepsake, they're heartbroken. The way this guy was acting, it's almost as if he lost a wallet full of creds.
Ah, então é bem valioso o negócio.
Let me know if you have any
Bora lá.
questions.
Eu tô prestando atenção aqui nas falas do pessoal, né? Porque é importante, cara. Agora, aquele simulador, bicho. A nave é pesada pra caramba.
Contrary to what you might have heard, UC security personnel are good people. And Sergeant Yumi just happens to be an old friend.
É, cara, por enquanto, pelo que eu tô vendo aqui, com essa parceira aqui andando, não tem interferência, cara. Bom, até agora não apareceu se eu fizer alguma coisa que ela gostou ou não gostou, entendeu? Não perde progresso de amizade. Em comparação ao Fallout 4, que daí, caso você fizer alguma coisa que ela gostou ou não gostou, aparece lá. Perdeu tanto de carisma com o personagem, ou o personagem detestou, odiou, algo do tipo, gostou da sua atitude. Tem uma par de atributos do negócio. Olha o restaurante aqui, ó. Ah, o restaurante mesmo, cara. Bora ver aqui.
There is simply no parallel to the food you'll find. I do hope you are enjoying your time in New Atlantis.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio had been dining there together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats. Well, the one who stayed with UC Security, Octavio, is a shorter man, handsome and refined. His favorite menu item is the Saint, I believe. The other, Hugo Fournier, is a tall, slender gentleman with a French accent. Excellent humor, well-mannered, but a bit hot-tempered. I wasn't witness to any theft. And both men were wearing rings, if I recall correctly. Oh, yes, quite often. They had a usual table over in the far corner, with all the traditional accoutrements. Music, candles, wine. You see where I'm going with this. But this time the two had barely sat down before the argument got heated. Thankfully, security stepped in before anyone got hurt. I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon. But I would start there.
Yes, of course.
Caraca. Uns bagulho que é mó caro, você é louco? Valeu, tio.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Beleza, ó, tem um maluco ali, ó. Sai daí, véia. Então é pra lá mesmo.
So after an hour of whining, you're finally out here.
Vamos ver aqui. Estranho, cara. Ali, ó. Alto, magro.
Excuse me? Check. Oh, I can't believe that Octavio. That liar, that manipulator, that...
Lucky Shed. It's never let me down. You are ready for some shock and awe, girlfriend. He wants to know what's hit him.
That lying, cheating, foul piece of Dawn Glider dropping. If I had my way, I'd tie him to the back of a ship and jump it right into the nearest star. 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter. It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before,
então
I
é
decided to do some cleaning
causa
of
de
my nerves.
namoro.
Picked up a pair of pants he left on the floor and Out falls a napkin from the dawn's roost with a number written on the back. To think he had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us, then I went off! Not just dating, betrothed. And I have the engagement ring to prove it. He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. Not a chance! I know the second I hand it over, it's gone for good. Well, I was going to pawn it off. But what if I don't get a good price? And every second with it is excruciating. Fine. I may be extremely agitated, but I want no part of a UC prison. Here.
Ah.
I bet it's easier finding someone decent in Paris.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sure, go ahead.
Não tem mais pergunta pra fazer pra ela. Ah.
And their credits are safe.
Beleza, bora. Ó, ah tá, ali é o negócio de aquelas missões. Vou ir pra estação aqui. Cadê a estação, mano? A estação não tá aqui, cara, na boa, mano. Vou ser obrigado a ir pra lá mesmo. Sem eu querer, eu tenho que ir pra lá. Vambora. Ah, então não foi roubo. Era pra ser noivado. What? Oxi, mano, o jogo fechou sozinho. Putz, eu não salvei o bagulho. Será que em algum momento salvou um checkpoint? Eu nem percebi. Pior que eu não sei, cara, se salvou o negócio. Bora ver.
Contrary to what you might have heard, UC security personnel are good people. And Sergeant Yumi just happens to be an old friend.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere?
Pô, puxa vida, mano.
Security scanners, chemical sniffers. United Colonies sure isn't taking any
Cadê
chances.
os... É, o Clayton ia falar com ele depois, né? É o restaurante, salvou na parte do restaurante, cara. É, distrito residencial. Estranho. Tá, cadê o restaurante? Ali, ó. Bora.
All of our signature dishes are unique to the use. You won't find anything like them anywhere else. There is simply no parallel to the food you will find here. Well, I wasn't so I assume that would be I believe
Beleza.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
O lugar parece caro. Pão, 55 créditos. Não, é baratinho, cara. Pãozinho é top. Ali, ó. Ó, a propulsão aí ajuda pra caramba.
My mother wanted me to be a doctor.
Aí, ó.
Last minute check. Ooh. Check. Shower? Hair? Check and double check.
Yes, the man who... Wait, what? He's accusing me of theft? The nerve of that Lothario! 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter!
Tem garçom.
It was supposed... But then... Ow... To think... Still! Not just dating. He would say that, but he gifted it to me when he proposed. I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. Is that what the law says? To be honest, I am not sure. I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to pawn it off. A crime? You can't be seen. I don't care if you're with you. And as far as the ring goes...
Opa.
As soon as my assistant finishes packing my things, I'm taking the He would say that. He gifted it to me. We're not having this argument again. I'm furious.
Oh, mano.
I've never felt so betrayed. He would say that, but he gifted it. We're not having this argument.
Puxa, velho. Quando eu chegar nesse Zé Ruela aí, ó. Tinha que... Eu tinha que ter salvo, cara. Porque daí dá tempo de voltar e tentar de novo, mano. Tem que fazer as perguntas certas pra não ter erro na hora de fazer a persuasão.
UC security personnel are good.
Aqui eu tenho que botar tudo de novo.
Sergeant Yumi just happens to be an old friend.
Mano, eu vou salvar dessa vez. Na boa. Uma sacola isso. Fala, mundo gameplay, mano. Play com 2L. Cara, eu adoraria, mano, mas eu já fiz um banner. Na verdade, eu acho que banner do canal eu não tenho, cara. Ou tenho? Eu tinha pedido pra fazer uns banners pra mim, profissional, e um avatar. Só que já faz muito tempo. Agora eu não tô lembrado se tá o recorte ideal, sabe? Eu tenho 2 banners no canal, mano. Um avatar. Agora pro YouTube eu não sei se tá adequado, sabe?
There is simply no parallel to the food you'll find here. One taste. Well, I wasn't privy to, so it was. I assume that would. I believe he.
Ô, cara, eu não quero saber se tá muito caro, mano. Deixa eu chegar perto lá e eu já vou salvar. Horrível, mano.
Space.
Evening, sir.
Windows Sky HD, mano. Maneiro, cara. Eu conheço na verdade eu conheço vários artistas aí que estão desenvolvendo e ajudando a galera que é streamer, né? Criando banners, overlays, emotes. Vou salvar aqui. Eu segui o mesmo ritmo. Continua.
Lying, cheating, foul. If I had my way, 5 years we were together.
It's never let me down. You are ready.
It was supposed, but an hour before. I do think. Still, not just dating. He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, he gifted it to me when he. I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. That does sound reasonable. So long as you don't hand the ring over to Octavio.
Personalizável, mano.
I think my lawyer would disagree. You're right. My stubbornness gets me in trouble far too often.
Mas
Fine. I may be extremely agitated, but I want no part of a UC prison.
cara, maneiro, mano. Tem portfólio seu aí, cara? Tem um link que você possa estar mandando pra me dar uma olhada no portfólio? Valeu, seu Zé Ruela. Deixa eu vazar, deixa eu salvar aqui e vazar fora antes que o jogo crashe de novo. Falou, tio. Se crashar tá zoado. Missão de simulador. Eu quero vazar fora daqui. Vambora, Sarah.
Nice day for a picnic.
Espaço Porto. Manda o link aí, meu cara. Tá habilitado. Se caso você quiser mandar no privado também, você pode mandar uma mensagem no Face. Só procurar minha página. É o mesmo nome do canal aqui, meu cara. Cadê o bagulho? Ali, ó. Assim mesmo, mano. Tá resolvido. Cadê?
Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security officer. Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back? Excellent. I'm sure the victim will be pleased to know their property has been returned. You acquitted yourself well again. I dare say you might have a knack for police work.
Policial.
Here, take this. It's well deserved.
Valeu, tio. Olha, mano, mais umas 2 missões dessa daí eu consigo chegar no level 6, cara. Acho que fazendo essa missão aqui com a Sarah dá pra passar de nível. Bora lá então, Sarah. Eu não sei qual que é a missão, mas vambora. Pera aí, deixa eu dar uma olhada nessa missão. Vou pegar essa missão, depois eu volto pra fazer o simulador. Já foi feito tudo. Beleza. Quase evoluindo, mano. Beleza.
Chemical sniffers. United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
Mano, acho que dá pra evoluir esse propulsor, mano. Porque olha o foguinho, velho. Vambora. Pior que eu tenho um funcionário agora, mano. Tem que pagar todo mês pra ele, cara.
Ready for action, Captain. Glad to be part of the team. Everything looks good at my station, Captain.
Beleza, tio. Vambora. Pera aí, mano, na boa, levantar. Pera aí, eu tenho umas missões ali. Tá bem perto daquilo ali, cara. Deixa eu ver.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic. Sure, go ahead.
Não tenho mais nada pra perguntar pra ela. Estranho, mano. Tá cortando o negócio aqui. Deixa eu ver. Mundo gameplay, mano. Qualquer coisa é só você mandar lá pra mim. Beleza? Fico no aguardo, cara. Agora fiquei interessado em ver. Ah, ô Sarah, fica aí, maluco. Aqui, ó. Ah, compartilhamento de carga. Ah, é ali que eu deixo agora as coisas, mano. Na boa, ou nave. Bora decolar. Decola aí, maluco. Poxa, a animação agora foi diferente, mano. Não foi a mesma, eu não percebi. Beleza, tô aqui de boa. Agora eu preciso ver aqui onde que tá a missão. Beleza. Aqui, pode me mostrar onde que é? Tá. Tá, eu tenho que... Mostra. Tá, a missão é ali, né? Obra. É, gravitacional pendente. Estranho, cara, só botei um ali. Discord. É, show. Bora lá. Cadê a missão? Caramba. Tem uns ferros cabulosos aqui. Cadê a missão? Bora, bora. Não, esse negócio tá... Tá me tirando o bagulho, não tá? Vamos ver. Onde que eu tô? Natural. Vou usar. Ah, aqui é a Terra, mano. Olha o Brasil. Polo Sul, Polo Norte, tá tudo aqui, velho. Ásia, Japão, Austrália, tudo aqui, mano. Aqui é a Lua. Eu vou pousar lá. Pousar na Terra. Eu precisava vir aqui, cara, de uma forma de outra. Eu dar uma procurada aqui, ele mandou um nome ali no Discord. Dá uma procurada aqui. Aí, mano, mandei pedir de amizade pra ele. Félix. Sair. Nossa, mano, a terra tá tá detonada, velho, a terra. Bora lá, Sara. Esperar ele aceitar o convite lá. Cara, a terra tá devastada, não tem nada. A cratera, o que fizeram com a terra, maluco? É bem diferente a terra do que eu imaginava. Caraca, olha a construção. Ô, mano, é alto o bagulho, hein? Será que pode ter uns piratas aqui? Ah, tá, é só a mirazinha.
Sidonia is an industrial town. Oh, it's fine. Go ahead.
Ô, tia, não tem mais nenhuma pergunta, não?
Very well. Next time, then. Bye-bye.
Tchau, tchau, tchau. Marco de Londres. Eu não... Ih, caramba. Bagulho logo ali, ó. Caraca, mano, level... O que é aquilo lá? Level 6, cara. Escopeta. Falta uma habilidade que é com armas brancas. Vai dar mais dano, cara. Beleza, mano. Manda pra mim o seu portfólio lá, cara. Vou dar uma olhada. Orfix. Salve, Orfix. Tudo beleza, mano? Vamos trocar uma ideia por lá, cara. Seguir você lá no Instagram. Deixa eu dar um bisu aqui. White Designer. Hã? Só vou terminar a missão aqui. Pô, mano, maneiro, cara. Maneiro essas artes. Cara, essa missão ali é na onde? É aqui mesmo? É simulador, cara. Você não vai pular aqui não. Minha nave tá ali. Deixa eu ver aqui. Farol. Ó. Mapa da superfície. Beleza, mano. Beleza. Não, pô, era pra viajar rápido. Ganho. Negócio de radiação aí, a Terra tá radiativa, cara.
All's well, Captain. All things considered.
Qual que é a missão aí? Viagem, usa o leitor para colocar um farol no entreposto. O que é isso? Tira o inventário da nave. Ah, tá. Ah, Oliver Twist. É. Globo de neve. Ave. Sanduíche. Entreposto. Deixa eu ver aqui. Tá. Bagulho aqui na terra, maluco. Tio, eu não tô com tempo pra ele não, mano. Ah tá, tem essa categoria ali. Pôster. Tem torreta aqui, ó. Beleza. Alto. Cadê a missão? Viajar.
Welcome to UC space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo.
Beleza, mano. Vamos conversar por lá.
And we're done. Welcome to Mars.
O negócio de Marte aí. E a Marte? Vou usar. Tem que conversar com o Keltron também. Aí finaliza essa parte do Keltron. Eu acho, né, mano? Caraca, tio, o bagulho é sinistro. Cara, essa overlay aqui tá top. Tem até avatar aqui, mano. As thumb pra YouTube. Pô, mano, ficou top, eu gostei, cara. Na verdade, tô precisando mesmo fazer umas overlays. Ó, a gravidade aqui é diferente, mano. Construir um negócio debaixo da terra, cara. Thumb 10, logo 20, banner 30. A overlay, cada overlay é 15.
Stay away from the sixth circle unless you're a minor.
We have the tech to instant.
Got cold beers and good atmosphere. Not much more you could ask for. You ain't been around. Went off on patrol. Hasn't been back in since. We're starting to think it might be time to pour one out to the blackest sea. Believe me, I've heard it. After about round 3 or 4 was all he would talk about. And he's got a voice that carries. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow Martian. Especially one that's missing. But...
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
it's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but if I'm out all that money, I got problems. What do you say?
Por você, o que ele dirá fica escrito ao lado do nome dele. Pula a parte que você admite que tá mentindo.
Let me confirm email. Okay, let's talk. Last time he was here, Moera kept yelling about the Lady of Love. Singing songs, all that kind of thing.
Venus? That's only one planet. Hardly an entire patrol route.
I got what I got, okay?
Fine. We'll make do.
Vá para Vênus. Cara, 2.500 créditos. Você tá achando que eu tô botando dinheiro, rapaz. É, porque na verdade as overlays tem overlay de volto já, live iniciando, live finalizando, sabe? Essas overlays são tabs, né? A gente coloca. Eu vou deixar salva essa parte aí. Aí agora a gente vai pra Venus. Bom, parceiro, a gente continua falando lá pelo Discord, beleza? Vou deixar salvo aqui. Então é isso aí, rapaziadinha. O Zone vai ficando por aqui. Muito obrigado pela participação de todos. Até a próxima live. Falou, rapaziada. Tamo junto.